Hello, Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. It's the RJB0 coming at you on this Tuesday afternoon. And my video today is kind of like a deck review, taking down the top tier, and card review all in one video. And it is in the form of something that you guys usually seem to love, which is crazy predictions. So here is mine. Watts win YCS Seattle. Yeah, as in they get first place. If not that, definitely top 8, probably top 4, and I don't think there's a snowball's chance in hell that they do not get a top 32 slot. Here's why. 2 reasons, really. Thunder Seahorse and Macrocosmos. Now, Watts always were a significant threat to the meta. They don't deal in the standard rules of the game. They don't try to gain advantage over the opponent. They don't try to beat over your monsters or even try and remove them. They don't really play the game once they get going. They're focused entirely on inflicting direct damage and locking you down. The Hopper Lock, of course, was always a big threat because once they get the Hopper Lock on the board, if they can protect it with things like Dark Bribe, Lance, Starlight Road, things like that, then there's not a whole lot you can do. So Watts always had the ability to seriously threaten the meta. The problem was they were always just a little bit too slow and maybe a little bit too inconsistent. Now they have Thunder Seahorse, which changes everything. And in the last couple of weeks, I have been testing Watts on DN, and Watts with 3 Thunder Seahorse can get a Hopper Lock turn 2 probably 70% of the time. If not, you get your Messenger of Peace to the hand, and you can protect it with, once again, things like Dark Bribe, Starlight Road, until you can get the Hopper Lock. With Thunder Seahorse in the deck, they get all their monsters into a position where they are available within 3 turns. They can just grab all the monsters in their deck and just kind of pull them out with Thunder Seahorse. And that's a spectacular ability that not a whole lot of decks have. The other thing that gives the Watt deck a major advantage now as opposed to any other time is that there are more decks in the meta right now that are threatened by Macrocosmos. Now, Macrocosmos has always been an asset to Watts because their primary searchers and their primary strategies have nothing to do with the grave. In fact, Watt Dragonfly doesn't even have to hit the grave to use its effect. All it has to do is be destroyed. It's the same with Thunder Seahorse, incidentally, which is amazing for the deck. So they can main deck Macrocosmos. And what that does is it takes away the Game 1 advantage that a lot of meta decks have right now. Dark Worlds rely almost entirely on their Game 1 advantage, and if they don't win Game 1, they have a huge uphill battle because of the side deck. Chaos Dragon, they rely on the first game of a match a lot because, once again, the side deck hurts, but also they rely on opponents drawing dead MSTs and things of that sort. So with Macrocosmos in the main deck, they take away Game 1 advantage from those decks and also gain their own Game 1 advantage over things like Mermails, which are going to be big, Girgia, Windups, Insectors, all of those things are going to be there. And the only thing that you are not going to gain advantage over with Macrocosmos is, I'd say, Dino Rabbit. And that's just about it. So if a deck can create a lockdown like the Hopper Lock, not have to destroy cards or bother with your monsters, and be able to use Macrocosmos in the main deck, it's going to be like it's not even going to be Yu-Gi-Oh! It's going to be Extermination. And that's why I think that Watts are going to win YCS Seattle, and I am excited to see if that happens. I'm actually taking Watts to YCS Seattle. I hope. It depends on if I can get the Thunder Seahorses. If you have Thunder Seahorses, shoot me a PM. I will trade lots for them. Until then, this is the RJB0 signing out.